of this. I got a researcher and I got a capitalist. Both of them, I think, are capitalists. And keep the conversation going. Stay on our social media, West TV _ Kenya on X, Kitui Okwasimiti on X. You can always follow us on YouTube, West TV Live. And whenever you're on our social media, please leave a comment, subscribe, and follow. Let me just bring the guests. On behalf of my director, Kelvin Kibet, this is CKS. Hello, good morning.
Good morning too.
Aha.
Yes.
One is happy, smiling, one is annoyed. Good.
Yes.
Why are you annoyed?
No, I'm not annoyed. I think this is me.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's begin with you. No, ladies first. You. Please tell us your name.
Okay, my name is Deborah Kisongochi. I'm a digital marketer and an e-commerce enthusiast from Bungoma County.
Aha. When you talk about e-commerce enthusiast, what does that mean?
When I talk about e-commerce, I'm talking about somebody who is passionate about the digital world, but now in the business world.
Mm-hmm.
That is what I'm talking about.
Trying to put things we see every day.
Yes.
On
the digital platform.
Okay.
Yes. So that everybody can access them.
Okay.
Yes.
And
my name is Makoha Oscar. I am a son of this county. I am an agriculture economist. That's what I learned in school, and that's what I've been able to carry on with. I am also a private consultant, as a statistician, and I am an extensionist.
you see, you have everything you do has a nist on it. Agricultural economist.
Yes.
What does it mean?
Agriculture economist means doing agriculture as a business, not for subsistence. I should not farm just to feed myself, but I should farm as a business to earn extra and to have a decent life. Yes.
Then you said you're a statistician.
Yes.
What is that?
Statistics is just understanding figures so that they can help us to have better decision making.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. You see, there is we are in Western Kenya. Okay. In Western Kenya, we have the land is endowed. Okay, we have everything. We can actually be anything we want.
Yeah.
Okay, so the question is, why haven't we?
I think I can go first. I can say that, as you said, in Western Kenya, we have everything. We have it all, but we are in our comfort zone. Because we believe at the end of the day, I'll walk into, as he said, I'll walk into my farm and pick sukuma wiki and feed myself, and that is all. That is what matters. We are in our comfort zone. We have farms, we have animals, we have everything. So we are like, if I have this, I'm contented. That is the problem with us. Yeah.
How are we using our spaces? She talked about farms. No matter the size, but how are we using?
Recently, things have started to shift, and we have seen that. But let me, if I take you back for like 10 years, as she has said, we were in a comfort zone. As long as I can eat, I can sleep, I am okay. So we didn't have that taste that we want better in life, we want more in life. But currently we are shifting, but still low.
Mm-hmm. When you look at numbers, how are our land been divided? You talked about agriculture should not just be for food but for commercial. Mm-hmm. How are the numbers like? How much of our spaces utilized for commercial agricultural production?
I will give it a very low percentage.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, because what we do, we are focused on food crops. Although at some point we may produce a bit over what we consume for market, but still low. I won't give it more than 10%.
Wow, that is low.
Yes.
Deborah,
Yes.
you selling these things on internet.
Yes.
One of the biggest trouble with our community is markets. There's at times there's a sensation about anything. We start planting potatoes, all of us. Then marketing becomes a problem.
Yes.
What is it that these people need to do? Because when we plant in large numbers, it means return should be higher. But it's usually the other way.
Yeah.
This is the harvest season for maize. And what we are getting from the farms is a cry.
I think, as we said before, we have been in our comfort zone. Yes, we are trying to get out of our comfort zone, but we are still in our comfort zone. But what I want maybe to tell our people is, if we want to do something, do it because there's a need for it. Don't do it because your neighbor is doing it. Let's say, for example, he's an agriculturist. I see him doing it, then I say, I also want to be him. I can't do that. I see somebody who is planting potatoes because they have maybe a Hilton Hotel wants them to supply them with potatoes. I don't know that. Then I go ahead and plant potatoes too because I think there's a need for potatoes. So let us plan or let us do something because there's a need for it. And if you're going into something, also invest in knowledge. Why are you doing this? And for what? At what extent are you going to do this? Yeah.
And in terms of marketing,
yeah,
what do they need to do to place their products on the market?
Wow. As I said, you have to invest in knowledge, in marketing also, as everybody says, people even go to school to study marketing. And as we said in the digital world today, there's knowledge everywhere. When you go online, there's knowledge online. You can go online and get this knowledge of knowing at what point am I supposed to supply this, or at what point I'm supposed to sell this. So let us go on the digital spaces or even to schools and just learn and be sure that we are doing this in the right way. And sometimes we say, somebody does something and say atinafanya because iko ndani yangu. Sometimes you're doing it, but you're doing it in a wrong way, and there are experts everywhere. So let us get out of our comfort zone. So nowadays there are seminars, there are even digital seminars online. Just go into it and learn something. It will help you in your sector in whichever way.
Wow, you see, you've just said something that we do it because it's inside of us.
Yeah.
You see, me, I'm doing poultry.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
Very few chicken, very few.
Yeah.
But I just love them. And the way they develop, you see, the way they run around, you see, they make me, as in, observe life. It's in me.
Yeah.
Anyone who has a cattle in him, it doesn't matter. Even if he's staying on a first floor space, you will see that person with an ngombe down there.
Yeah.
You see, anyone, we do these things because they're in us, right?
What value is it bringing to you? What value?
So that's the question we need to ask.
Yes.
Mr. Researcher,
Yes.
tell us, why are we not benefiting from this? As why are we not investing in research to understand these things? You see, I'm looking at Western Kenya region generally. Why are we not investing in research? Why are we not investing in knowledge?
I think the main thing is that we have been made to believe that we are okay. We are not okay.
Okay.
We are struggling. We should not struggle as Western. We can plant anything and it will grow. We can do maize, we can do tomatoes, potatoes, avocado. Why should other counties have more than we do when their soils are totally poor? In research, the investment is very low. And I do believe because there's no that intent to do so. It can be from the private sector, the organization and government organizations, even the government. You see, there's no much clarity on what you want to research on. They research on something, and this is not what farmers want. So the research that is there, I'm not saying there's no research, and that these organizations, the governments are doing nothing. They're doing something, but to what extent are they responding to the needs that farmers need?
To what extent are they responding? You see, this is Western Kenya. We have four universities. We have Kaimosi, we have Kibabi, we have Most, and we have Alope.
Yes.
4 universities. Universities means research.
Yes.
What is your message to these institutions? How should they better the lives of communities here? Because they're busy doing research for the institutions for research, right?
Yes.
What is it they should focus on?
First, they should get away from doing research for publication. You know, in academics, they say if you are a professor, you either publish or perish. So they'll do research to
avoid perishing.
To avoid perishing. Secondly, most research are donor funded. So a donor will come and define what he or she wants you to research on.
Oh, so the interest is donor driven.
Yes, we want that money.
Whoever pays the pipe calls the tune, right?
Yes.
So what is it you think what communication should there be between the community and the universities to drive the research agenda?
The universities should work with the community, should create collaboration forums so that they can really understand what farmers need. And if there's already information on the ground by farmers, because we have been doing farming and there's much experience among the farmers, they know what they need, they know their problems.
Yes.
They should identify the problems and the needs by farmers. Then they should lobby with the funders that now these are our problems. What you are telling us to research, this is of no interest to us. We have had so many projects that have been researched, a lot of money spent, but the adoption rate has been low. Farmers are not practicing that.
Yes. You see, he just mentioned about communities with poor land doing very well. And something to do with resilience comes in. You see, when you are faced with adversity, then you have to innovate to come out of it, right? So that's what other communities have done.
Yeah, true.
With our endowment and riches, there is very little resilience in terms of there's very little using and utilizing our resources to better our lot.
Yeah.
Whenever we look at even traders like you, business people, young entrepreneurs like you, we tend to see that there is a specific line at which they want to go large on and disregard the rest. So what do you think is the motivating factor?
You know, if COVID did not get us out of our comfort zone, then I don't know what can really do get us out of our comfort zone as Bungoma people or the Western people. As he said, when you look at research, we are doing it because it's donor funded, because somebody is giving us money to do it. But now this is a business, this is your business.
Yes.
You have to have the drive to make sure that it succeeds. So you have to go out there, look at what experts in your field are doing. Let's say, for example, I want to get into business of chicken, like what you're doing. I'm not getting into it because I like seeing them wake up in the morning and walk around my house. You know, I'm doing it because I want value from it. You know, so you have to go into it and make sure that you're learning from experts. You know, sometimes we just say we are doing this and we are going to have it our way or do it our way, but we also, the world is changing every day. There are new technologies every day. Maybe what is working for this organization can work for you too. Let us accept change. If we don't accept change, we cannot learn and grow.
So it's up to us. The onus is on us.
Yes, it is on us.
Young entrepreneurs, what challenges are they faced with in terms of making it big? Because every time you invest a shilling, you want two. Yeah, but we're getting 1.5 or maybe 1.2. So what is it that young entrepreneurs in the region are grappling with?
First of all, as I said, it is on us. I will say it is on me because I will say I want to maybe start a media house because I'm seeing West TV is making it in the field. I'm not doing it because I'm passionate about it. So as a career, as business, you have to be passion oriented. There has to be a passionate push for you to start a business. So one of the challenges is we are doing it because somebody else is successful in it. We're not doing it because we want to do it and we are passionate about it. Secondly, we also have we are not ready for competition. We are getting into a field and we are not understanding the dynamics around this business. So we have not researched, we have not learned about the business around or the model around this business. We're just getting into it. So that is on us. Then there also are outside factors that are also making us not to succeed. For example, maybe factors like maybe government factors where there are taxes and things like that, and also lack of knowledge. Sometimes somebody is getting into business, maybe they're not registered that business. They have not maybe known how to maybe to get a license for that business, and they get into the wrong hands of the government.
Yes.
So on to that, your business gets closed, or you have to be fined by the government or the institutions that around that business. So there are so many factors, and also things like theft. Like for Bungoma County personally, I've experienced theft in my business, whereby security issues are at high in businesses. You get like, for example, maybe you have a business somewhere, and you didn't research around it to know if that place is safe enough for you to run a business. So most of the time it comes back to us. You're not doing much intelligence into this business you want to run before you get into it.
So it is up to us.
Yeah, it is up to us at the end of the day.
An agricultural community in Western Kenya is. I would have imagined that 90% of investment should be agri-based, but they are not. The few that are agri-based are driven by short-term goals. As an economist, what would be your advice to agripreneurs in this region?
First, to anyone who wants to do agribusiness, you must be market oriented. You cannot farm hoping that you will sell. You should farm knowing that you will sell.
Okay, hoping and knowing, those are two different things.
Yes.
Yeah.
You should do a market survey, market study, to know that usually there is a trend that never changes sometimes. In the next year, such a month, the population will need this product, and maybe it has been scarce. So once you get that trend for like 10 years, you are able to produce for that. And the challenge comes because all our farming is rain-fed. We are not investing fully in agribusiness. So if I knew that onions will be scarce in about January, I should be able to invest now and
waiting for January. Okay.
For January. And the challenge is that there will be no rain. What should I do? Why are we not thinking about irrigation?
Irrigation, okay.
Why are we not thinking about greenhouses? And there are so many technologies that have really reduced the consumption of water. There are irrigation systems that use local materials, like even the waste water bottles. Instead of them going out and destroying our environment, we can make use of that. If I had about 200 plants of tomatoes, I am sure I'll find 200 bottles of waste bottles. I get some water, I put in there, it gets one bottle gets used for 3 days.
So you are able to irrigate?
Yes.
When there is no rain, right?
Yes.
In readiness for the January market.
Yes.
Question is, the motivation that one has to do this is always driven by what?
Profit and money.
Yeah, and it's capital intensive. It's
Yes.
it's not cheap, right? So maybe that is a factor. How do we get how as in terms of accessing money to invest? How are we, as in? I remember in the 70s we had AFC loans that almost made our grandfathers get themselves hanged. But then it's some of them still have those loans, by the way. So how are we accessing money for capital?
For young entrepreneurs, access to finances and resources generally is a big challenge. If you wanted to do the irrigation, and remember it's not cheap.
Yes.
It's expensive. Maybe to some, those that have grown in business, it's possible because they have the resources. But for someone like me, I'm just starting. The only money I have is 500 that should feed me today, and tomorrow I struggle to survive. Then where do I get this money? I should go to financiers, to banks and other finance service providers to get me these loans, but they won't give me because I don't have a title deed. I don't have a business to secure the loan.
Yes.
So I do think that we should have a framework whereby there are financial services that are tailored towards facilitating agripreneurship. Let's have loans that are affordable. This should be driven as a public service. The government should come in really strongly on this because agriculture is devolved now. It's a benefit to us because the government of the county government of Bungoma, for instance, should be able to understand the agroecological conditions of Bungoma County and know what we'll do and know what the youth will want, the farmers will need. Then they can set aside a kit. I have seen this being done in other counties, to set out a kit that if I want to be an agripreneur, the only thing that they should be able to know is where I come from, what are my interests in, so that If I don't pay, then they can follow me up.
Yeah.
But not as to follow them up to take the properties of my parents because I don't
Yes.
have.
Yes.
Then something else. I should have should be supported through the public extension service providers to do what I said I will do. If I wanted to do poultry and I got that loan for poultry, I should have an extension service provider guiding me through. Making sure that they are vaccinated, they are well fed, so that I can have I can have income and be able to pay back the loan, so that someone else benefits.
You see, we talked about greenhouses. A greenhouse is about 400,000. Already, it way outside most of what we'll want to do, right?
Yeah.
And then look at what will go inside. It's another like 50,000. Okay, so you are investing about 500,000 in a greenhouse, and the returns for the next 6 months is going to be like 100,000, 150,000. So quick calculations will tell you I need about 1.5 years or 2 years to recoup what I invested in. Do I have the patience? Deborah, do I have the patience to invest 500,000 and wait for 2 years to get it back?
Well, I can talk as a business person, not as a farmer. I can say that in business, if you get into business, expect returns in 3 years. You can't get returns.
3 years?
Yeah, 3 years. Not 6 months.
You see, some of the loans this guy is talking about, we are told you have to pay back in 6 months or a year.
You are going to the wrong people.
Okay.
Yes, you're going to the wrong institutions. And you know that is a problem that is also facing us people in business. We want quick loans or shortcuts to get this money. You get, and nowadays, Shylocks have mushroomed everywhere.
And they've actually,
you can give you money in 3 hours. And you know you need stock in 3 hours. You'll run to that person. The bank is telling you to give you money in a week. And there's somebody else saying they can give you money in 3 hours. You run to that person. You have not, they're giving you a document, you're not even reading through it. You're just signing in. And they're saying they'll come and carry your stock if you don't pay it in 30 days. How are you going to get that money in 30 days? And you're starting a business where everybody else is doing the same business. How are you going to make sure you return that money in 30 days? That is something that is also facing us as people in business.
So anything loan for investment should be 3 years plus.
To get back whatever you have invested into a business, it's 3 years.
Yeah, they collapse
Unless
before. They collapse before the second year. So there's no chance of us recouping, right?
Well, as I said before, you have just to be smart, and also now that is now where marketing also comes in, because you have now you have something is pushing you. You are no longer doing it for profit. You have a loan that you have to pay.
Yes.
So you have to go out of your way to make sure
you are working for others.
Yes, exactly.
Do we have success stories around?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do have success stories in Bungoma County in Western Region.
Do you want to mention them?
Well, I can't mention maybe the nitty-gritties or one or two, but I have seen people who have success stories in business in Bungoma County, and their youths and young people. And you see, sometimes these success stories also have the challenges behind them. You see, like I have a friend who runs a tours and tours company. There is a time he even closed the business after a year. He closed the business, and he didn't close it. He took a break. So in business, it's also even okay to take a break. So it's very safe, as I said before, if you're going for a loan, take a loan that can last you 3 years. So that in the course of these 3 years, if you decide to take a break and still come back,
you still be within the same.
Yes, you're in a safe space to run your business and make sure that you're catering for your financial issues. Yeah, so success stories are here in Bungoma County, and it's an inspiration that not out of their 100, there are 80 that have made it, just 20 that did not make through. So
and then the 20 are the loud ones. So is it we hear the loud ones?
And, they say, not in a bad way, empty the business.
Yesterday I was talking to my colleague and I was telling her, you see, wealth doesn't make noise.
Oh, true.
If the louder you are, chances are you are rich. You see, you can be rich, but you're not wealthy.
Are you saying Gen Zs we are not rich?
No. I'm not into the Gen Z politics. My friend, yes. Let's help our people restructure. Okay? and I would like you to look at someone who is on a small piece of land, and involved. That same piece of land is a home for him or her. He has a family to feed. He must make small food for them, right? But just help this person understand, how can I turn this small piece of land to make a little more coin for me, even if it is an extra 10,000 or 20,000 shillings in a year?
For me, because I'm also a farmer and I am living on a half-acre piece of land.
Okay.
There's a homestead, so literally for farming is about a quarter. That quarter can sustain a family of 10 comfortably, if well used.
Whoa, you need to use English for me to understand. A quarter an acre,
yes,
sustaining a family of 10.
Yes.
In English?
It can feed the family in other ways and take care of other costs. Okay,
how?
We look at the market trends right now. If I grew maize on that farm, my family of 10 won't feed for a month, it will be over. If I had tomatoes, still the income won't last me a year. So what I will go for? I will go for these lucrative products that they have ready market, but they take time.
Okay.
Now, because they take time, what am I doing? Is I wait
before you start harvesting. Okay.
Yes. First, if you do poultry, a room like 4 meters by 5 meters, and you have cages, layers of them, you can have enough poultry to be giving you eggs. You can eat because you need to be healthy. You will sell. So as you wait for the long-term investment that takes time to give returns, you will be able to feed along that time. So if, just for example, I gave you an example of if I did avocado farming. This one farmer in Nyeri, I was with him just recently. He has 4 trees of avocado, and this farmer is getting over 600,000 a year from the harvests. From
the 4 trees?
Yes, from the 4 trees.
Okay.
With good management, making sure that you follow the guidelines of good agriculture practices, you do agroecology, because that's what the market wants. You are certified, so you are able to export. If 1 kg is going for about 160, how many kgs you get from one avocado? 4 or 5 fruits are giving 1 kg. That's 160 for the export market.
So you see, 1 avocado can give you 1,000 fruits, right?
Even more.
Even more.
Yes.
Let's work with 1,000.
Yes.
And there are 4. So those are 4,000.
4,000.
5 of them will give you a kg.
Yes.
So you have enough kgs to feed you.
Yes.
But that's not in Western. It's in Nyeri.
That's not in Western.
Yes.
So
what are we doing with why are we not having those avocados? Why are they called avocados or avocados, whatever they're called? Don't we have those breeds locally?
We do. We have farmers here in Chwele that have started doing hers. There's a farmer I know who has over 500 trees. So that, and they are promising, they are about to flower. This because there was a real capacity building for this farmer, and he had interest, and he took it upon to himself. He moved to Muranga to just learn from what other farmers are doing by himself. So he invested to get knowledge, and he has the knowledge. So to him, in a few years, he'll be very okay. He will be driving, that for sure.
So just so that the viewer understands, you do 500 trees of avocado, right? House avocado.
Yes.
It means you're going to get 500 times 1,000 fruits. You're going to get
50,000 fruits.
Okay. Then, before you even get the fruits, you also need bees, because the flowering is food for the
bees.
For the bees.
Yes.
So how many beehives will you need?
let's say you have they are spread in 2 acres. Beehives, you know, it's also still a business.
Of course.
You're not doing it so that they can just get your farm.
Yes.
Pollinate your avocados.
Yes.
But it's also a business, and it's a very lucrative business.
Yes.
So you need, like, let's say you have even 2 there now, but you can do even up to 50.
50 beehives.
If you are business oriented.
If you do 50 beehives today, okay, you are sure to get well over 7.5 million from those beehives because of the products that are right.
I want to avoid using the exact amounts, but you get a good sum.
A good amount of money.
Yes.
I'm saying that because, you see, a farmer who went to do avocado has other associated benefits. That is beekeeping, right? Now, avocado is giving you money, bees are giving you money, and what else from that same farm?
You can do poultry.
Poultry. I understand.
You can have a fish pond.
I understand poultry. The waste will make trees grow very
fast, and that's very important because if you're doing avocado for export, you should use agroecology. By agroecology, we mean we reduce these synthetic products. You are not supposed to use fertilizers, synthetic fertilizers on that farm. You are not supposed to spray. So you must have other ways to make sure that your farm is fertile.
Yes.
And that's where agroecology comes in. And there's been several organizations that have come in now in Western Kenya doing supporting farmers to do agroecology. Maybe if I can mention this WHH with a German name, Weltangehilfe. We have KEFAS, we have AFAS from Uganda, we have JZ. So there are a number of organizations really supporting farmers, and farmers are adopting this. So if I have a compost from the animal waste, I'm not wasting my waste from my cattle, even if it's one. I'm not wasting the waste from the rabbit. I'm not wasting the waste from the poultry. I have a compost. Now, there are these waste products that they have no exit route. For instance, if you ate a banana, you just throw it away. That waste, that avocado waste, that banana waste is very important for doing farmiculture.
So we are saying, in such a setting, there's nothing that goes to waste.
Yes.
The business of burning litter should stop.
Should stop. And the issues of going an extra mile to spend much on farming should stop. First, you are producing unhealthy foods for you and the population, and you are spending more to kill yourself. We should spend less and cure our soils.
You see, we are redefining value here. From what he has said, how do you pick it up?
I agree with him when he said we should spend less and cure our soils and also cure ourselves. And it cuts across even in business. Sometimes we think populating our shops or our businesses with stock is what will make us be profitable. When the secret is in marketing. You have a whole shop that has everything. Maybe let's say you have a shop that sells maybe clothes. You've made sure the stock is full and designs are good, but
no one is
who
buying.
knows that you have that shop? Who knows that you have that shop? Where are you located? You're not going out of your way to tell people that I have this shop located at this place and these are the products that I have. How are you packaging your product? So you have this product here, but how are you packaging it so that people can come to it and not go to your neighbors? So we are putting a lot of money into businesses when the secret is in telling the people about it. And, and that is comes in also on now utilizing the digital spaces. Nowadays, people are in their houses. People want to do everything on a click on their phone. And you are sitting in a street somewhere waiting for people to walk in and buy your products.
So tell them.
If you have a business, go out of your comfort zone, utilize the digital spaces, because we realize that why will I leave my comfort zone? I come from Celesta constituency. Let's say I want to buy something and I can order it online, even from Nairobi, and it gets delivered to Celesta. why can't us people of Bungoma, business people in Bungoma, also utilize the digital spaces and give people value by making sure that they can get these products at the comfort of their home. And as we don't sit at home and say that these are things of Nairobi, they can also happen here in Bungoma County. They can also happen here in the Western region. It's just us getting out of, I will use this word because it has helped me, get out of the comfort zone. Even if you're a farmer, you're in Mount Elgon. I met another lady the other day, she has the avocados in Mount Elgon. Then I told her, I have a platform that can help people know about your product, because I asked her, how do you sell this? She said that I just go to trade fairs if I have an opportunity, but I just sit at home and see if people can come. But you have a whole farm of avocados.
Yes.
What are you doing about it? Because you can have it, as he said, you can have the 500 trees in your farm, but nobody knows that you have them. You harvest them, they go rotten. I've seen people, farmers online, crying that their potatoes are are going bad because they don't have a market. So when you are starting from planning to where you are right now, what was your vision of how you're going to get it into the market? And that is where the digital platform comes. And it is free. Nobody's going to charge you to create a Facebook page for your product. Nobody's going to charge you to create even an Instagram page for your product. And through that, you can have a client who is even in Mombasa and they need your product.
So they'll be able to get in touch, and get what you are. You see, this guy has just generated 50,000 fruits. 50,000 are huge. You can use Bungoma market and Chwele market all together.
And you realize that your neighbor also has the fruit. So who are you going to sell to?
Okay.
You know, you can plant it and your client is not even in Bungoma, but how are you getting to that client?
Okay, talking about the curing of the land. You see, there is a paper I read about termites. See, termites are very good. They give us nice white things to eat. We call them white ants, but they are black. They go deep into the soil and remove the iron. Okay, while they are carrying food in there, to make space for the food, they bring out
the iron.
So we became clever and killed them. So our soils need a little re-engineering. So in the absence of, you see, that small piece of land, we're trying to create the right value. In the absence of resources to create a right ecosystem on that farm, you talked about the bond, the fish bond, you talked about poultry and rabbits. Okay. In the absence of termites and those natural ants, because our chemicals kill them, how are we going to restore that land so that it becomes valuable to the farmer?
That's a big challenge of human activity. We say if we kill the soil will kill us. If we cure the soil will cure us. There have been interventions to make sure that we revive our soils. And how do we do that? I'll get into a very heated conversation on GMO. I am a very strong opponent of GMO because of biodiversity. We need these animals, even the mosquitoes that really disturb us, they are important for the ecosystem. We break one from the food system line that we usually draw. This one eats this one, this one eats this one. If you break one, you remove one from that line,
then there is a missing there's a missing link.
A mishap to that. So this other one will have to jump the line and eat the other one, and they will need to survive. So we end up finishing ourselves.
That's what you see. These ants, what they've done, because we put chemicals there. So these chemicals killed the ants.
Yes.
And alongside killed a few other things. Those that depend on those ants also died.
They died.
Okay. Now, when we bring in a fish pond, this fish pond is infested with chemicals we sprayed to kill the ants. Then the fish is eating. Immediately you eat and finish, and you start growing old.
And that's why we are saying that let's use the natural available materials, not to poison what we eat. Because Caleb, I'll tell you that they say a tomato has this and this, and that research was done so many years back when the soils were okay. But now what that tomato plant is picking from the soil and feeding the fruit for you to eat, and also with what you are spraying, it goes to that fruit. So what we used to know that these are the minerals that come from the tomato, it's not the same. We do propose and we do really support farmers to adopt agroecology. With agroecology, you will not use chemicals.
Okay, I want to give you no, let me make it 4 minutes. What's agroecology?
Agroecology is one using
agroecology.
Yes, agroecology is first we use the naturally available sources. Secondly, which are the waste products from our kitchens, the waste products from the animals, the waste products from our farms that we harvest. There are other plants that we may not consume, but they are good for our soils, so we plant. I will give you an example of mukuna plant, whereby if you plant it on the farm, mukuna, yes.
My colleague Robert will call. Don't listen to this. Okay.
So if you plant it, it will cover the field. You won't even have to plow. You just slash and plant. And the leaves are very good green manure for the field.
Okay.
You will harvest the seed. You can use it as a beverage.
Okay.
You can use it to make chapati. So
I know what it does to the body. Good.
That is good, even especially for men. So there are those good practices that we can employ to avoid using chemicals. And we for insect control, we don't have to spray to kill them. We can use other insects that will feed on those insects.
Okay.
Biocontrol, so that we are feeding this, we are reducing the problem, and this one is not, we are not destroying the environment.
Now, how do we remove mosquitoes? Because they've become cleverer than mosquito nets. They have a way of penetrating inside. So how do we kill them? What animal do we grow to eat these mosquitoes?
I don't think there is any research I will allude to, and maybe it's there, but I'm not aware of it. But there are other ways that we can use. For instance, we are doing immunization to mosquitoes. So we can use such interventions to ensure that they are not harming us, but we are still not killing them.
Okay, let's propose a solution. How do our entrepreneurs change their story? Of course, patience. They have to be patient, and they need to have done enough research. They need knowledge of what they're doing. And just tell us a bit more of what solutions you need to propose so that our entrepreneurs can stay in the business for a little longer.
Wow. First of all, as an entrepreneur, as you said, you have to invest in yourself. And investing in yourself is going out there, learning the business models, learning financial models, and also being sure that you're investing into a business that will not expire. You know, there are businesses that expire even in a year and they are not relevant again. So make sure that if you're getting into a business, you're getting into a business that can run a long time. Let's say, for example, if you want to get into the food business, everybody eats every day. And we say, where we come from, you eat when you're hungry. You don't eat because it's lunchtime or supper time. So that's a business that you can get into, but don't get into it because you have seen there's another successful business that is running successfully beside you or where you come from. And another thing also is invest in network. Make sure you get into a network of people who are in business too, so that you can also learn from it, because we learn every day. I always say that we learn every day. So if you get yourself into a network of people in business, you'll know what are their success stories and what are their not success stories, because you realize in every success story there's a fail, and you learn how they overcame that what can I call it, that stepping stone, or that stumbling block, as I can call it. So as a business person, also go out there and just invest also in the digital spaces. I'm very vocal about e-commerce. Go to the digital spaces, because that is where money is right now, and everybody is going there, and you can't just sit at home and say this business can serve Sirisia constituency, this business can serve Bungoma County, when your realistic customer is out there, even outside Kenya. Like there's a lady in Bungoma County who does shoemaking. She makes shoes from scratch, and she told me the other day she has started exporting it out of the country, because you realize if somebody is buying shoe today, they're not going to buy shoe tomorrow again. So you'll come to realize that your business can serve a specific group of people for a certain time. If I buy a dress today, I won't buy a dress tomorrow. So make sure you get out of your comfort zone and expand your networks, so that you can also be able to understand who are your clients. And lastly, I can also say that it has also understands the guidelines of running a business. So some of us are running business and we have not registered our businesses. You can register a business on eCitizen, go online, register your business, so that if you also want to get a loan, you can get a loan from a bank if you don't have a registered business. That's why you run to a Shiloh, because they don't ask you for a registration certificate. Make sure you are paying taxes. You're making money. They say gives to Caesar what belongs to Caesar.
Yes.
At the end of the day, we have to pay taxes because we are making money. And also, if you have a loan, don't evade it. Don't run away from it. Pay your loans, because at the end of the day, you went to this loan to put into business. And somebody was telling me the other day that there are mistakes we make. You say you go to a bank or to an institution saying you want a loan to boost your business. In real sense, you're going to get a loan maybe to buy a piece of land, So it gets you into trouble, because you said you're getting to get this money, and I'll borrow his idea. Maybe you say I'll plant something here to get that money to pay the loan. Then you don't get market to it. So let us be what is called discipline, business discipline. If you're doing this business, run with it. And as I said before, there's no business that can give you profit in 6 months unless we're doing business that we can do. Thank you so much.
Good.
Yes.
Now, I want us to summarize. We're coming to the end of the show. If there is anything you like agripreneurs in Bungoma or in Western Kenya region to take advantage of, what will it be?
Commercial farming.
Okay.
Commercial farming, because I should not...
What commercial... when you do commercial farming, what exactly are you planting and where and when?
Now, that's difficult to say specifically, because in Western you can do anything.
Okay.
And if done correctly, everything has income. Especially in farming, there are those that you can get returns in a short term. Even the 6 months you start earning, but you won't break even within 6 months. So first of all, I want to tell them that let's not farm because we have the farm and we have the time to farm. Let's be market oriented. Let's go out there, search, even online. We can just Google. We can conduct real market surveys to know what's needed. For instance, poultry. We will always eat poultry, and we have never had, we have never fully satisfied the market for poultry. We have never satisfied the market for milk. Now, there is a very huge market for avocados outside. A very huge market. I don't know if even though everyone could plant avocados in Kenya, we cannot satisfy that market. Let's take advantage of such opportunities.
Okay.
And let's have safety nets. Let's get into groups. As a farmer, you should not go as one. There is power in
so you need
group.
like group. You need
Yes.
to belong to a chama.
Yes.
An organization that of the like-minded.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So in that group, there are several initiatives that will make sure that you remain in business. You can get extension services easily as a group. Currently, the extension to farmers is very high. So if you sit at home and say that you'll get an extension officer to come to your home, it's very difficult unless you are a group of like 30, 50, so that if you need the services, you can get them from the public for free. Or if there are no available services from the public, then you can get from the private. You can afford to pay because you are making money.
You are sharing the cost. Okay. Okay. What message do you have entrepreneurs in rural places?
Well, one thing I can say to my fellow entrepreneurs from the Western region or from Bungoma County is in whatever you're doing, also think about your mental stability, because some of us get into business and we forget that We are not doing it for the people. We are doing this for us. So you doing this to satisfy what the society expects from you and forgetting about what drives you to open that business. So at the end of the day, when you're doing this business, think about your mental stability. It is okay to fail. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to even close that business. Nobody's putting a gun on your head and saying you have to wake up every day and open this business. If you feel like you need a break for your mental stability, because young people are even killing themselves because somebody took a loan and they cannot pay it. Young people are killing themselves because they're not successful as their neighbor or as their friends. But do it because you're passionate about it. Do it because you're doing it for you and not for the community or the society. Thank you.
Okay, we just come to the end of the show. It was an exciting conversation. These guys, I avoided Gen Z because that's politics. We need to relook at what we're doing, seek knowledge, and just go your way, out of your way to make it more profitable, because whatever you're doing, it can be able to give you feedback. I got just like under 20 birds, and I think just like you love dogs and you have like 15 or 3 or 10, you feed them, you get excited with them, that's your passion. But there's a value in what you have. So look at what you have and see how you can be able to seek knowledge on how you can be able to expand it. If you have half an acre of land, good for you. You are given a formula on how to turn it around just for the bigger value. Let's talk again next week on Tuesday, and without taking too much of your time, I just want to exit. But before I exit, gentlemen and gentlewoman, any final thoughts? One last statement you want to say? Say bye-bye to the viewers.
Okay, thank you. I want to say that for you to predict the future, you create it for yourself.
Good.
The future is in our hands. Let's do it.
Okay, I want that future in my hands. On behalf of Kelvin Kibet, please follow us on our social media, leave a comment, and let us meet again on Tuesday next week. This is CKS.